That's just sports, baby.
Crowd goes wild, strawberry ice, bringing fire and style. Reds, Bengals, Bearcats, all in my zone. This is my stage, my mic, my throne. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy's line is kicking down the door. Step into the lane where the passion ignites. Talking sports all day and all night. From the field to the court to the roaring stands. Strawberry ice with the world in my hands. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy's line is kicking down the door.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, Iceman Jeff Trunapole, and as always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. And always, I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave.
All right, shout out to my sponsors. They are Priority Lawn and Landscaping for all your lawn and landscaping needs. You need your grass cut, you need shrubbery trimmed, I don't know, you need a paver patio, you need anything. I mean anything. Landscaping required. Think Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Also, shout out to T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And of course, Meyer Window, Door, and more. I got it in my house. I highly recommend you get them in yours. They're energy efficient, great looking windows, easy to clean. Meyer Window, Door, and more. The website is MeyerCincinnati.com. And also, shout out to my favorite brewery, Moorline Lager House. Get on down there, get you some delicious Moorline beer, some delicious Moorline food. And tell them I sent you. Moorline Lager House. Hey guys. All right. Just want to let you know, we're still doing the pregame experience at the Moorline Lager House, brought to you by Best Day Brewery. I can't tell everybody this, so it's just between us, okay? For the next 3 games, Pittsburgh, Jets, Bears, which I think the Bengals can win all 3 of them, you can get $10 off. 10 by using pregame 10. Right? Pregame 10. That gets you into the all-exclusive experience. The drinks. The food. The host. Everything. It's the best experience on the banks. Best Day Brewery, Moorline Lager House, pregame 10. See you this Thursday. Let's go.
That's right. We had a great time there this past Sunday for the watch party. I'll be back down there 3 hours before the game this Thursday night. We'll have a DJ. We'll be outside by the beer garden there. You don't have to have the all-inclusive. You can come and just down and hang out and buy your own food and drink. But if you want the all-inclusive, use the code pregame10. Get it at the Moorline Lager House Facebook page on there. And it's a great time. We give away prizes. We got cornhole, beer pong, football toss. Best Day Brewing is there. And it is a great, great time. What is up to everybody in the chat? We've got kind of a slow crowd today. We got Brandon there. We got Stranger and we got Tony Blazin. What is going on, guys? All right. So, storylines for today. I'm going to give a shout out here to Brandon Lewis Seaman, which I hope I'm saying his name right. He gave me these facts, and I think these are great. Now, this one's not so good, but Joe Flacco is 0-2 against Aaron Rodgers. That means hopefully things are about to change. Mike Tomlin is 2-9 on the road on Thursday Night Football and 0-6 against the division on Thursday Night Football. Joe Flacco is 3-0 against the Steelers on Thursday Night Football. And the Bengals themselves are 3-1 at home on Thursday Night Football against the division. Plus, did you see Mike Tomlin is not very happy with the Browns GM? Could not understand, which I don't understand why they did this, why you're trying to help out a division opponent because Mike Tomlin's like, the Bengals are done. The Ravens are done. We got this division wrapped up. And then, you decide to trade to the Bengals, the Steeler killer. And I'll read this again. Joe Flacco is 3-0 on Thursday Night Football against the Steelers. So Mike Tomlin does not want to see Joe Flacco. To quote what I've heard on the Pat McAfee show, that he told them to not injure the Indianapolis Colts quarterback last year because he did not want that 6'6" big mother effer Joe Flacco coming on that field because he beats the Steelers. Will that happen Thursday night? I don't know. It's a Bengals white out the white tiger game. It's going to be an absolute blast. I cannot wait to get there to it. But with that being said, let's get to my guest for today. He is Robert Baker. He does the Fantasy Bankroll. He is originally from Cincinnati. Now he's out in California. He's got the SoCal vibes going on. But let's get to the man with all your fantasy news. It's Robert Baker. What's up, Rob?
Thanks for the intro, brother.
You're welcome, dude. Anytime. So, what is going on, my man? First question right off the bat. You and me were just talking about this. Mike Madden wants to know, is Trey ready to go? We don't think so. We don't know. He didn't practice today as far as we know, and he didn't play the whole second half. But Shamar Stewart might be back, right?
So it seems like that's what the Al Golden was saying. He's expecting him to play. So if the defensive coordinators expect him to play, that's a pretty good sign.
I would say so.
But probably no Trey, like you said. So
yeah, I don't see Trey didn't play the whole second half. That dude's a psychopath. If he could walk, he'd be out there. He probably could walk, but he's probably in a lot of pain with his back or whatever. So for him to miss the whole second half and it being a short week, I seriously doubt he's going to play. And I hope I'm wrong. I really, really do, because I think we're going to need him. And it's going to be good at least to have, because I would love to see Shamar out there and Trey out there at the same time again. We're getting some positive stuff from Miles Murphy, some positive stuff from Joseph Osai, but let's be honest, they're not Trey. And Trey, look, dude, Trey is actually playing the run pretty good this year too.
Oh, he is. He's playing the run much better. They're dropping him in coverage a lot more than I would personally like to see. I just let him, get after the quarterback. But, maybe that's helping confuse defense or confuse the offense, on what the defense is doing. So, if that helps, that's all right. But personally, like you say, he's a madman. Just let that guy black out and go out there. So
exactly. That's why we love blackout Trey.
Plus, I think he helps the other guys. He makes it easier for Shamar and Miles Murphy and Osai.
Absolutely. So it'll be a big loss not having Trey on the field. And like I said, hopefully we're wrong. Hopefully he is playing, but as of right now, it doesn't seem like it. But let's talk a little bit about this defense that I thought the first half of Sunday's game, they actually played pretty good. I mean, it was 10-0. Our offense was non-existent in the first half. Second half, they didn't do as good, and they kind of fell back into some old habits by not tackling. There is a lot of missed tackles in this past Sunday's game. They need to clean that up. What's your thoughts in general of the defense going into Thursday night?
Yeah, I think you were right. I think there was the second half, like the first half, like you said, they were down 10-0, but I think the first half they played pretty good as far as keeping everything in front of them, and obviously the turnover in the red zone. DJ Turner with the amazing first half and game that he had, was it 5 breakups, 3 in the first half or whatever it was. So, they seem like they're getting worn down a little bit in the second half the last couple games, like we were talking about last week too, right? With the Lions, you're playing some high-powered teams and you're out on the field a lot, but I like what they're doing. There were some changes this week. Obviously, everybody's probably seen the Barrett Carter, Logan Wilson talk that's been going on. And I haven't seen the whole interview, but Logan Wilson, I guess, was like anybody thought he'd do anything different, was, I guess, talking about, being a mentor and everything. So that's nice to hear. But I like what the defense is doing. I think they're still kind of where they would be if Joe was in there helping them more. I think you can kind of project, kind of see, like, right, if some of these opportunities that they're getting, short turnarounds, quick turnarounds, short fields, all of that's all the stuff that, hurts the defense. If they probably wouldn't get some of those with Joe. So how much better could they be doing with that rest and all of that? So the same time, they're young, and they're going to make those mistakes as well. So it's one of those double-edged swords. But I've been relatively happy.
Yeah, that kind of rolls me back over to the offensive line in an article that I wrote today on my Substack. And Dale Altman from Bengals and Brews, who also writes for Cincy Jungle, brought it to my attention of how I knew Dalton Risner was over there at left guard, but I didn't really pay attention to how much better Orlando Brown played with Dalton Risner next to him. And Dale clipped some stuff up where Dalton Risner made 3 blocks on one play. With that being said, the way that left side played, I think you go, and there's no shade on Dylan Fairchild. Dylan Fairchild is still hurt. Probably can't go this week anyway. But right now, I'm riding with Risner. And my other thing is with Lucas Patrick coming back, do you, since this is, in my opinion, a must-win Thursday night, do you put Lucas Patrick in at left guard? And I know Rivers has played good. There's nothing wrong with the way Rivers has played. But do you go with that veteran presence there? Because we need guys in there to minimize mistakes. We really can't make a lot of mistakes. And the thing is, if Lucas Patrick goes in there and plays bad, throw Rivers back in there. But at least I think you try to go with Patrick. What's your thoughts on going with the veterans at guards?
You mean swapping him back out to right guard and leaving, or
at left guard and Patrick at right guard?
Okay, yeah, okay. So okay, we've been complaining, and not that the offensive line has played that good, but we've been complaining for so long, like play the best players, right? And they were kind of forced to, but I feel like Rivers played, and I'm not an offensive guy. I need like Sands or somebody to give me that breakdown where they're talking about the offensive line. But in the spots where I was looking at Rivers and stuff, like it seemed like he was, doing pretty good as far as coming back and, getting the kiss block and coming up and finding somebody to get his hands on and stuff. So, and he's young. So then again, I always like, if you take him out, then even if you tell him, right, like we just got to get somebody with experience. Does it hurt his confidence that he's starting to build now? So I don't know, man. I would say, honestly, I would just play it to Patrick, like, hey, be ready because we want to ease you back in.
See, that's where I think if you start Rivers and you yank him and you put Patrick in there, I think that might stunt Rivers more than if you just say, hey, look, this is a big game for us. It's nothing, no shade against you. We just want to go with the veteran guys. And if we're wrong, we'll throw you right back in there. So that's where I'm like, if you yank him out of the game, I think that might hurt his confidence more than you come and talk to him like a man, like, hey, this is what we want to do. Such a big game, nothing against you, but we got to get guys in there who've been there, done that, and hopefully make minimal mistakes.
That's tough, man, because see, the way I would see it is like, if I'm Rivers, I would think like, you just told me I'm playing good, but I'm obviously not. Are you lying to me? I'm not playing that good that you're going to trust me to go out there and continue.
Lucas Patrick was a starter at the beginning of the year too.
Oh no, I'm just saying how I see what you're saying as far as like going to him like a man and not just yanking him. But I would say, like, if I was in his position, I would say, give me the opportunity. Let me prove to you that I can't do it. And then I would rather get in and then yank me. And then I'll just go in and my mindset would be, I'm not coming out. Right. Like, so that's how I would
the mindset he should have. That's the way he should be. He should be like, that guy ain't better than me. I mean, that's the mindset he should have. You guys are stupid for taking me out. That's the mindset I want him to have.
But you can never, especially with us being Bengals fans, right? You can never trust sometimes for what we think or what might be the correct decision to get made. There might be factors beyond his, and he's like, just let me stay in because if I'm playing, I'm playing. If you tell me I'm going to be back in 2 steps or 2 plays, I might not ever see the field again.
Exactly. Oh, what? Crib Keeper Jethro, you are the new spokesman for Bounty paper towels.
I see it. I like the top, the flannel. Yeah.
Hey, sometimes it changes up. I like flannels. Like I don't like my wife sometimes like it when I don't wear Bengal stuff like every freaking day. So change it up a little bit. Get a little flannel. This is my '90s grunge look. I used to wear this all the time back in the '90s.
He's like some sort of. There's got to be some sort of sports on though. You guys got a Bearcat?
I got Bear. Oh yeah, I got Bearcats on. Yeah, I can't. I can't not totally have anything. I mean, come on now.
Like, babe, you said no Bengals. I got.
I got Bearcats on. Which are not number 24th ranked in the country, by the way. My Bearcats. So they got a big game coming up here this Sunday or this Saturday. I'm excited. We got college football that's meaningful.
That's meaningful.
Which is helpful with the way the Bengals season is going. But getting back to the Bengals here, talking with the offensive line too. Joe Flacco, I really do think you can see his development. I don't want to say development because he's already developed. His comfortability with this offense growing as that second half went, and how he was getting rid of the ball, and how quickly he was making decisions, and how quickly if the play was there, he was throwing it away. And those decisions right there, I think, helps the offensive line too, because they don't have to hold their blocks as long.
No, it was crazy, honestly. Like from the first half to the second half, it was like he was like a computer, like processing the information, and he was like, second half loaded. Okay, I know to do this. I know where Chase is breaking.
Oh, yeah.
I know Chase. Like him and Chase on those those deep outs. Like I was expecting on some of the replays that like it was going to be like, oh, Chase just completely cooked the dude like he does, right?
Right.
And he's open. And there were some where I was like, wow, that's it's got to be right there. Like
good throw.
I hate to bash on it, but I'm like, I don't think Browning's even attempting that throw because the corner's flipping his hips so quick. He's on that back, but Flacco's like, my arm is good. I'm going to put it on that side. And then it only takes like one or two of those throws to Chase where you're like, man, this dude's going to catch fucking everything. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to put it. And then he started to figure out too, right? Like, oh, put it up and away for T. Oh, okay. Yeah. It really looked like he was figuring out like where they like the balls, and it was like, okay.
I mean, there ain't a throw that Joe Flacco hasn't made or can make. I don't care if he can't. People say he can't move. He's still got the arm. That arm is still there. That arm. That's the reason Aaron Rodgers is doing so good. If Aaron Rodgers didn't have an arm, nobody would take him. I mean, they could still make the elite throws, and when you could do that, and at 40 years old, there's not a damn thing that Joe Flacco hasn't seen a defense try and do against him. So there's something to say for that. So I mean that's the great thing about kidding Flacco, which goes back to where Mike Tomlin doesn't respects the hell out of Joe Flacco, doesn't want to face him, and does not, and I don't either, does not understand why the Browns traded him to the Bengals. Now, one thing they said on Get Up this morning is this is kind of really out of the box thinking. Just say Joe Flacco gets us, extra 4 or 5 wins, and we still don't make the playoffs. So instead of having the number 1, 2, or 3 pick, we're back in the teens or something. I really don't think the Browns are thinking that far ahead. I just think they wanted to get rid of this guy because they wanted to go with the young quarterback. It's like, all right, we got a 5th round pick. Sure, go ahead, take him.
Yeah, no, I think I don't think there was anything other than that, right? At the time they were 1-4, and they're like, okay, the chances of us making a run right now doesn't look good. So we can get something
these
for
next
we can get. No, I was talking about the Browns were thinking this. The Browns,
they were trading it.
They're like, we're not going to do anything, and they're like, we can get something for this 40-year-old. 40 was it 40 or 41? What is he? 40. 40. We can get something for this 40-year-old. That whatever. And it's a 5th rounder. Oh, okay.
Go.
So they're like, now we get to see what Gabriel's got, and all else fails, the crowd will be. They know if they play Shadur, that the crowd's going to show up. It don't even matter if he plays good or not. The Browns fans will show up in hopes that he is the savior.
They hope. All right, Daniel here. Flacco is a veteran that gives the Stars a chance to make plays. Jamar goes off for 10 receptions, 100+ yards, and a tutty this week. He says, shout out to the show. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Mike Madden here. We need the offense and defense to click at the same time. And that's another thing I wrote like 3 articles today. And that's one that I said. We have not yet seen the offense and the defense play a good entire game together. And this is a good week as any to start. Let's get this. And if Dale's watching, he's going to get, like he said, we're one day at a time. We're one game at a time. But they win this game. You got the Jets and you got the Bears next. Now I know the Bears have just won 3 in a row, but the Jets are awful. So we got a chance to get back in this thing. WWE fan says 97. Shout out to that. I love that. Joe Flacco beats the Steelers last season 27-24. BJ Blanton, I hope the Bengals get this win Thursday against Steelers. And Jeremy says, what do you think about, he says blending Yoshi. I think he means benching Yoshi and putting in Tinsley. The way I think it's kind of hard a short week, and I love Yoshi, but he's done this before. He dropped 3 very catchable balls. One was for a first down that could have led to a touchdown. He dropped it. We ended up kicking a field goal. I'm not against it. It depends on how Tinsley is doing in practice, I think, and where the coaches are on it. But I right now, I'm not against it. I'm not saying just forget Yoshi, but right now, maybe you need to say, hey, you didn't do so good. Let's go put Tinsley out there. What's your thoughts on that there, Robert?
Yeah, I mean, it was a bad game last week for sure. He obviously it was 3 really bad drops. The one, like you said, was easily a first down, maybe even a touchdown. So
yeah, it was right in his hand, dude.
So like you said, tough on a short week, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do, right? So you got to give other players chances when the chance presents itself, right? So all right, hey, Yoshi's not doing what we expected in the offense. Let's get Tinsley in there. Now, like you said, is Tinsley, is he doing the right things in practice? Is he making the right reads? Is he getting to the right spots? Or because we've basically seen him on a lot of outside go
routes,
jump balls type of thing. So not only, but mainly. So is that something where you're like, it's just easy, like
inside,
Yoshi's been doing a little bit like, hey, this guy's dropping back, kind of across the face type of stuff. So it's always tough, but if you're not making the plays, you got to put some. I mean, you got to do, like I said, you got to do what you got to do to get the plays out there. And it's whoever the quarterback feels comfortable with too. So if Flacco starts to go away from him, but you can get Tinsley in there and they have to respect Tinsley, then that's another, you don't want them being like, well, Flacco don't throw to Yoshi. You don't target Yoshi since that first game. So
and we're going to need another weapon to step up because Mike G, I think, is definitely not playing this week. He's got a pectoral issue.
Yeah. Okay. No, I was going to say, I saw that too. So, and they said a few weeks is what I saw. So, the only good thing is that maybe that means we can figure out if it's going to be Fant or Hudson that's going to, it's actually going to take the lead in the tight end.
Yeah. Room. I mean, and both of them look better this past week. WWE Bengals fan need to give Taj Brooks more snaps. I agree with that to a certain extent. Again, going back to what Dale said on the show, it was a 50-50 split between Chase Brown and Samaje. And they were starting. That's the best the running games looked since the first drive of the season. So right now, I want Taj Brooks to get playing time. Right now, we need to get this running game going. And it looked like they kind of found something with those two, kind of a thunder and lightning. So I'm not really ready to go away from that because it looks like we finally maybe found something to a running game. What's your thoughts there, Rob?
Yeah, I like Taj Brooks, but I think you're right. I think that was the best that it's looked. And obviously we thought that Chase Brown was going to get more of the majority of the carries, but maybe right now, the way the offense is working, that's the best way to do it is almost a 50-50 split. And I think ultimately, Taj Brooks is set up for later down the line, right? Next year, hey, come in and learn from P. Ryan and see how we do stuff. We'll give you some carries. We'll get some experience this year, but I don't think that and that probably goes back a lot to what we're not seeing as far as offense, as far as, picking up the rush, whatever that might be.
Right.
So,
right. There's a lot of nuance to it.
Same thing I said with Rivers, man. We haven't had much that's not been broken. So let's
right. If it ain't broke
right now.
Yeah, if it ain't broke right now, don't fix it. Exactly. Greg here says put DJ at CB1, Ivy at CB2, Dax at free safety, put Gino, Battle, and Jordan in rotation at nickel. I know everybody gets Jordan Battle. Which rightly so, he had a really bad game. I don't think Al Golden does rotations. We'll just go back to Logan Wilson basically not playing this past week. When he has somebody out there, he keeps them out there. So I'm not against that. I just don't know if Al Golden would do that. But yes, not Ivy. Jeez, why can't they? Not Ivy. DJ Ivy. He had a really good. Yeah, he had a really good game. Isn't it DJ Ivy or is the other DJ? Juan Drago. He had a really good game. Anyway, what were we gonna say, Rob?
Juan Drago. I was just all kind of same theme with what we've had is Dax and DJ are playing pretty good. I wouldn't want to change them around, right? We saw what Dax was at safety. So let's let him, he's playing pretty good. Someone's, always going to kind of get picked on, but they're playing pretty good. We need to figure out some safety play a little bit more. But also, as far as the DJ Ivy thing, it goes, like I said, a little bit of the same thing. We don't know if he's doing all the right things as far as coverage, checks, and all that Al Golden's asking in practice. So some of these players that have looked good, we don't know as far as, and obviously I don't know either, but what they're doing in practice on why they might not be playing, because we're like, hey, this person looks good when they get opportunities. Why are they not getting more opportunities? And then you go back and watch one play, and they're like, they played for 6 plays, and then they blew a coverage, and then they see the play again. You're like,
that's the thing. It goes back to that 3rd and 7 where we got within, I want to say 6 points. I think it was, and it was 3rd and 7, and they threw one. Who was it? Was it CCB? I can't remember. Anyway,
yes.
And he was wide. I mean, he was, I won't say wide open, but he got beat, and that, I won't say that was the end of it, but that was kind of the end of it because they went down and scored another touchdown. Those are the plays, like the defense, when the game's on the line, the defense, they've got to make that play. You're 3rd and 7. You cannot let them convert that. You've got to figure out how to be in the right spot there, especially especially this week. Like I said, I'm saying this is our season right now. If we lose to the Steelers, dude, it's going to be rough and really hard to come out of this. So this is a big game for us Thursday night.
I think, I don't want to, it's pretty close to a must win, especially because morale is going to be getting down, right? The only reason I was just trying to look real quick at there. Like we got the Jets, Bears, but then we play the Steelers again. So there's a chance right off the bat there to almost get right back to 500 and even up with them. If we do, I prefer to beat them this week because it's our home game with them. It's the better chance of that when you match it up like that. So, what I was going to say too, I was thinking about when you were saying it. Sorry, I was trying to get back. I was thinking about something. I don't remember who the safety was on the play against the Packers this last week, but that play that CTB the one you mentioned, and then I think it was a post that Golden converted into kind of a deep over route for like 25, 30 yards. That was he just kind of crossed the safety space, and the whole time, and I'm one of them Bengals fans too. All I could think was like, that's a ball I think that Jesse Bates is licking his chops at, because I don't remember who the safety was. It might have been Stone. I don't know if it was Battle. I can't remember right now. But they've got him sandwiched right when he gets between the hashes. They're both kind of backpedaling, ready to flip hips, and he is going like he's going to go right. I get he's quick, right? He breaks down, but the time it takes them to realize and break on the ball, he's already caught the ball for that 30 yards. And I was like, I think they got a field goal on that one, which might have been that time we were almost right there, right? So I can't remember which drive it was, but that's the stuff when I was like, we're talking about the safety play need to get better. And those are the plays that I'm thinking about specifically. Those ones where you're right there, the guy's in front of you trying to make it just, you're in good leverage on him and everything. So that's tough.
Well, I'm sitting there praising the defense. I'm not saying they did everything right, because there were still way too many times where guys are open down the middle, which we've seen that a lot this year, which has got to get tightened up somehow. I don't know enough about defensive schemes and stuff like that to sit here and break it all down to tell you what they did wrong or why they did it. All I know is what I see is these guys are open in the middle of the field way too much, way too often. And I remember we had this problem with Lou his first couple of years, and then he straightened it out. And then we had this problem the last couple of years with Lou, and we're still having the same problem. We got Al Golden. So it's like, what the hell are we going to do? And that comes down to safety play. That comes down to cornerback play. We got to get that middle of that field tightened up more and not let these guys run around freeze a daisy, because they're pretty open when they're getting these passes.
I think it's a little bit of a combo, and not getting into what it could be, right, into the symptoms of everything, like you said, getting into the whole scheme, right? But I don't think they trust the safety play, right? So then what's that make you do? It makes you want to like drop people back more. So then what does everybody, and the Packers did in the second half, they started taking those 5-6 yard, check downs, crossers, whatever it was, right? Getting 6-7 yards, and then they're in good position. They're above, in front of the sticks, ahead of the sticks. So then we come up. Then the safety play is where, then you get exposed on the back end. So I think it's just been, and I think having someone, not to bring him up again, but having that Jesse Bates safety right back that was back there just
Mm-hmm.
roaming
Mm-hmm.
that free safety that could cover a lot side to side. He made up for a lot of those. All right, we are bringing people up. Oh, you did sneak somebody by, but the window's got to be tight because Jesse's read it. He's there. He's coming. He's picking it, or the window's amazing. So
Yeah.
So I think that's
a lot of stuff.
I think that's where the defense. I think that's kind of where we keep having that. We're in that battle in between, like, and then obviously, like we've said a billion times, you're not getting pressure. If you get pressure, a lot of you could have horrible safeties.
Yep.
You could have like just tell them to stay away, just stay back and keep everything in front of you. It's they're getting involved too quickly because we're not getting pressure and quarterbacks are. Boop.
Yeah, that's where hopefully with Shamar Stewart expected to play. Hopefully he can help with that because, like I said, I don't expect Trey to play, but I do like what we've been getting from Joseph. I'll say it's an improvement of what we've been getting from Joseph Tsai and Miles Murphy. So the one that play that kills me though is that the running back ran right up the middle on us on that touchdown, and it looked like barely anybody touched him. And I'm like, man, we cannot get gashed like that. That's where TJ Slayton was brought in to kind of fix those problems, and it's happened from time to time, but not consistently enough. That's the one. I hate to say this, but that's one thing about this team. They're consistently inconsistent. And usually if you're consistently inconsistent, you're not a very good team. But I still hold out hope because I've seen them play good. And I said it's the same thing I said about the Cincinnati Reds all year. They were consistently inconsistent. And then they got hot at the right time, made the playoffs. Now that we lost, but at least we made the playoffs, so that's progress. And with this, the difference is with the Bengals, if they get hot and we get Joe Burrow back and we get him in the playoffs, you never know what can happen then. So that's where the excitement for me comes in. That's where hopefully Joe will be back in December and we are in this thing still.
Yeah, Joe said he likes playing on the road. So, if we make the playoffs, it's all going to be on the road, Joe. So just get prepared.
Yeah, we ain't going to have the home.
We're not going to have no home field advantage, but we just got to get in there, man.
Let's see, Jeremy, for the first time since week 1, we actually was in the GD game. I'll take it. I'm glad you said that, Jeremy. That's kind of where I'm at. It's like, we were actually in this game. We were competitive. It wasn't, you can't sit there and say, we gave this game to the Packers. You can't sit there and say the Packers gave, if we won, you could have said the Packers gave us this game. We were in the game and we had every chance to make plays. And if we convert or keep them converting that 3rd and 7, or if Yoshi catches that first down pass, this game could be completely different. So that's kind of where I'm at. I want to at least get to the point where we're in these games. That's where I roll back to Thursday night, where the Bengals do actually really well on Thursday night. If you guys did not hear this, I read it again. The Bengals are 3-1 at home on Thursday night against the division. Joe Flacco is 3-0 against the Steelers on Thursday night football. Mike Tomlin is 2-9 on the road.
He's already shaken.
Exactly. On Thursday night. He's 0-6 against the division Thursday night football. So, I mean, these are all things that are going in the Bengals' favor as far as past things go. And for the most part, Zach Taylor usually has his team ready to play in primetime. We went through the whole Marvin Lewis era where it seemed like we were never ready to play in primetime. Zach usually has us ready to go. And again, with the confidence that this offense got in the second half, if you listen to Jamar Chase of the confidence that he has in what's going on, and he is the leader of the team right now. Jamar Chase, those are the leaders of the team right now with Joe Burrow out. With the confidence he's got going on, he sounds like he's back into it and thinks they got a shot. So you never know. We got a chance. And everybody says, you're crazy. You get orange-colored sunglasses on. Yada, yada. We do. I'm not crazy. I mean, I might be a little crazy. But,
That's true. That's true.
It's slightly crazy.
Wasn't the Ryan Finley game was a Thursday nighter, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
it was.
Ryan Finley, baby.
Yeah.
The ghost of Finley passed.
There you go.
Yeah. So, I wanted to give it a shout out. I saw Daniel. What's up, man? My man from over at the Right Sports there. Appreciate it. And then I also want to give a shout out. He's not watching the show. Well, he might be. Probably it's just not. We don't know he is. But Evan McPherson, 67-yard field goal.
That didn't count.
I don't care. I don't care. He still made. That was still ridiculous. And then he kind of shorted because he was like, but that was still ridiculous, man. 67.
Yeah, Jeremy, I said this. Yeah, trading your opening day starting QB in the same division is absolutely crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, and that's the thing, dude. When he made it, I'm like, yes. And they're like, oh crap, they blew the whistle. I'm like, come on, you can do it again. But it was a 67-yard field goal, and if you saw it, it hit the bottom.
Yeah,
It bounced in. I was like, God.
I mean, you got to have that. You got to have that little bit of either wind luck or something, because I mean, that's, obviously would have been a record. So
he hit it straight, dude. It was straight. He drilled it. Crip here says, you guys see any? Huh?
Well, I was going to say, and what were you talking about on the question before, the starting quarterback? And Flacco was starting, 3 weeks ago? Just 3 weeks ago, he was the starter.
Right. Here, thinking about having both Joes in 2026. Flacco's backing up also has a tremendous influence in the quarterback room and coaching and upgrade to Jake's backup. Yeah, I don't know if Flacco's going to come back for his a 41-year-old maybe. But we'll get to Crypt Keeper here. He said, you guys see any deadline trades? Cam Taylor, Britt, Logan Rislam. There, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I lost it there for a second.
No, it wasn't you. It was me. I must have hit the wire and I got muted.
Oh, okay. I was like, what's going on with my stuff? Especially after last week.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the hell happened. So I'll try this again. So where's Crip at? He's talking about the trade deadline. I don't think they're going to make a trade with Cam Taylor or Logan Wilson, especially somebody to help us out. Yeah, thanks, Brooke. So I think it's back now. Everybody can hear me. I don't know what happened there. Let's see, Brad here. Tomlin is upset that he has to have the Steelers play against Flacco. Yeah, exactly. He's not very happy about this whatsoever. And I mean, that all could be mind games too for Tomlin. That, he's hyping the Bengals up. Like, oh, man, he's scared of us. So, I don't know, maybe the Bengals come in overconfident or something,
Yeah, he doesn't want to play him. He's 0-6 on Thursday night. He lost to Ryan Finley.
Right. So, I don't know. I mean, because it's kind of weird that he says that right before he plays the Bengals, it's not something Tomlin usually says. He usually doesn't say anything like that. You don't get sound bites like that from him, but that's like technically a bulletin board material, but I don't know. Maybe he's playing mind games on it.
I'm thinking it'd be more, honestly, bulletin board material for the Browns, because he's called them basically kind of like stupid, right? Like, why would you do that, you idiot?
Dumbass.
Like, and then they come in like Dylan Gabriel needs to beat the Steelers. You hear that? Dylan Gabriel
yes
beats the Steelers, and then he goes, "That's why they traded him."
Yeah, bitch.
Dumbass.
Dumbass. Oh my goodness! All right,
yeah,
so
I don't see no trades though. I think the Bengals think that they still have that shot if they realize.
Well, I mean, the guys you said is Cam Taylor, Britt, and Logan Wilson. Those are two guys that one already got benched. Logan Wilson, Cam Taylor, Britt could be getting benched. I don't see anybody trading for those guys to give us anything, in return, unless we want to take a 5th or 6th round pick for them. To be honest.
Well, and then if I think both, especially in Logan Wilson's case, if something happens injury-wise to anybody, right? Like you get somebody that's right there that's been a trusted starter, because
exactly
Al Golden was his coach when he was here for 3 years, so he knows him very well.
Yeah, so that's where I don't see anybody giving anything for us and for them, and two, like you said, especially for Logan Wilson, if somebody gets hurt, and same thing, Cam Taylor Britt, somebody gets hurt, you want them to play, and I'm still holding my hope that Cam can turn this thing around. He's made good plays, but he's also made some bad plays too, so he's kind of like the Bengals are this year. They're consistently inconsistent. So
that's why they love him.
It fits right in. All right. So let's get into some fantasy talk here, because normally we do this on Thursday, but I'm not going to be doing a show because could be down at Moore Lager House doing the tailgate down there. So you guys can join if you guys want to go get $10 off. Use the code pregame10 at Moore Lager House on their Facebook page and get you some reservations. So what do we got for fantasy this week, my boy Robert?
So as most fantasy people know, this week was the MASH unit. excuse me, was the mash unit for everybody. Injuries galore for some major players. We were talking offline, right? I know you're not a big fantasy guy, but Puka, Puka going down. He was on pace. You heard what I said last week, right? On pace for greatest NFL receiving season in history.
Right.
That's obviously not going to happen now. And Njoku up there in
jinxed
Cleveland.
him. That's why you jinxed him.
Yeah, I'm the jinx. Well, shit. Then hold on. Before we get started, then Jaylen Warren's going to have a monster. No, I don't even want to say it. I can't even say it, dude.
It just feels bad coming out of your mouth.
I know. It's like, but Emeka Egbuka getting hurt, and he was crushing it this, or through 5 games, he was, I think, 5th or 6th in receiving yards. So Marvin Harrison Jr. concussion. DJ Moore? Did you hear about DJ Moore just showed up at the hospital? There was some weird stuff going on. No information, just at the hospital. So obviously Mike Gesicki, Brock Bowers is going to be out for a couple weeks. So it's been crazy, man. So waiver wire, which is what the Tuesday show is normally about, is going to be important this week. So let's talk a couple of waiver wire guys. Sam Darnold is still out there. If you're looking for a quarterback this week to replace either, if you got Lamar, who's been out there on bye, or you've got Josh Allen, Sam Darnold's still available in 35% of leagues, and he's like the 8th. He's 8th in fantasy scoring for quarterback. So I don't know what he's still doing out there, but if you need a replacement, you could do worse than Sam Darnold. Jackson Dart is the other one too. Jackson Dart I said something about him last week, being we were talking about fantasy, right? And he did a good job on the ground, like we were talking about, but he actually passed the ball better than I thought too. So if he can get 200 to 225 yards and 1 or 2 touchdowns through the air and still add that 50 to 75 yards and a touchdown on the ground, he's gonna be a good fill-in for you.
That was on a hurt hamstring too.
Yeah, he's still, those young guys, man, they don't feel the hamstring yet.
I miss those days.
You can just run it out. You mean the days where you could walk around at a golf tournament and not roll your ankle?
Yeah, that'd be great. I can't believe did somebody do that? Oh yeah, I did. That was me.
How about I know you didn't get any running backs last week. If you were picking up running backs on the waiver wire, everybody was trying to fill in Amarion Hampton and take Hassan Haskins. He was the darling last week, and it turns out the one that everybody was passing on was the one everybody should have been grabbing, because Kimani Vidal, I think that's how Kimani Vidal, ended up having a great week, ended up having 25 fantasy points. So if you can get him, he looks like he's going to be the Chargers' new lead back. So this week for waiver wire running back, let's see. And
talking about running backs here, Jeremy has got Scatterboo.
Scatterboo, man.
God, I wanted the Bengals to draft him. But go ahead.
I didn't think he was going to do it that quickly. I thought, honestly, even when I was talking preseason, I was like, I like him, pick him up. Maybe later in the season when they completely suck, he'll start getting more run. Because Tyrone Tracy didn't look bad last year. And then it was just like Tyrone Tracy just forgot how to play football, and Scatterbo was looking like he looked. So it was like,
right.
It worked out perfect for them, because him and Jackson Dart seem to be like 2 peas in a pod. So they're out there like, we got 2 rookies out here just crushing it together. Yeah, that would have been nice to have. He's been a great, complimentary back for Chase Brown. So 67 should have had count.
I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah. It should have.
Okay. You know what he means by that? Because I don't.
The field goal. It took me a second.
Oh, the field goal. Okay, I got you now. I got you.
You know how you can tell I have kids? I saw the 67 and I started going 6, 7, because that's all my kids do. 6, 7.
We're talking fantasy football. Going 6. Maybe some fantasy football stuff. I don't know.
There's in there.
Bengals fan was how many penalties did Joey Porter Jr. have against the Bengals?
Hopefully a lot, man. Hopefully freaking he's draped all. Well, are they going to call him? How ridiculous was that non-call on that Chase touchdown? That was
pass interference.
I don't know if it was Valentine or whoever it was. I don't think it was Valentine. It was the other corner.
Yeah.
Literally, if you slow it down, he's hugging him.
Yeah.
Pulling him, hugging him.
Yeah.
At least 2 clear yards before the ball gets there. And I was talking to Joe, and I was like, I honestly just think the ref was like, I'm not going to throw it and waste my time because I know Chase is going to catch it. He's just like, you're like, that's when you're supposed, that's your job right there. That's where he still pulled it. That's ridiculous, dude. So,
yeah. I got another here from Jeremy. I'm trying to figure out what he's talking about, but FR through Baker been fun as hell to watch.
He has, man. He's been, He's got to be the MVP frontrunner right now. Cleveland's got to be so they idiots, right? Oh, let's get rid of him, and he's crushing it, man.
My wife is if most people who watch the show long enough know that she's from Florida, so she's a Buccaneers fan. She is a huge Baker Mayfield fan now, so she's very happy with the way that they're playing. So I was like, she's like, well, at least one of our teams is doing good. I said, mine's going to do good. Just they go through a little rough spot right now. So
that's perfect segue. Thank you, Jeff, because one of the waiver wire targets this week, wide receiver wise, is Tez Johnson, because Mike Evans is still out. Chris Godwin's missing time. Now Emeka Egbuka. Baker is still going to be on fire. I mean, he hasn't really missed a beat with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin being out anyway. So go get Tez Johnson, and you should have number one targets from him for at least the next week or two.
So I'm showing my age. Jeremy says FR is for real.
I knew what it was. Don't worry. I'll translate here.
Dude, I'm 50. I don't know. I don't know all this stuff. I try to be cool.
I'm 43. I'm 43. Don't put it out.
I try to be cool. I just don't know.
Your kids are too old, man. I'm telling you, got to have younger kids. They tell you all this stuff, and I'm like, what the hell are you saying?
I'm about to have a grandbaby, so that's gonna help. I have to learn the lingo when I talk to him. So we'll see. Jeremy, as a Buckeye fan, it was hard to like him, but after how Cleveland did him wrong, good for him talking about Baker. So yeah, I mean, dude, honestly, I liked Baker. He pissed me off when he planted the flag at Ohio State, which, yes, I like Ohio State, but I'm a Bearcat at heart. I still root for Ohio State, though, but not against the Bearcats. Just clarify that for everybody who gives me crap for liking Ohio State, because when I was a kid, UC football was awful, and it was never on TV. You could never watch it. You could always watch Ohio State. So, there you
Hey,
go.
I'm glad to hear you say that, because I have had to have that same conversation with people. They're like, how are you an Ohio State fan, but you are Cincinnati fan? And I'm like, well, so how I grew up was right. I didn't even know for a long time UC had football. I mean, I knew, but I thought they were like like you watch Buckeye football, and then basketball season came out. I didn't know the Buckeyes had a basketball team. I was like, oh, I got to watch Bob Huggins. Oh, I got to watch the Buckeye. Like that was
I can go back. Tim Murphy was the first one that I know, and he literally left UC to go coach Harvard. That's how bad UC was.
You're like, I got to get out of here. I got to go to Harvard.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Brookie here. What do you think is going on with Yoshi? But he had a bad game, but also is not getting open. What is going on? I don't know. We had that conversation earlier. Maybe it's time to try to get Tinsley out there, because he's right. He hasn't been getting open, and now he's dropping passes.
So, well, and what's crazy is I wouldn't even necessarily he's not getting open like Chase and Higgins, right? But no. There's been times where he's actually been open and still dropped. Like it's not like he's been in contested catches either.
The first down catch, he was wide. He wasn't wide open, but he was open, and the ball hit him right in the hands. He just freaking flat track.
That's NFL wide open.
Yeah, that's NFL wide open. He should have caught that. Could have caught that pass, but he didn't. So. All right, what else you got in fantasy? What else should people be looking for this week?
Like I said, David Njoku's hurt. So if you haven't yet, I've been talking about him for weeks on the show. Harold Fannin Jr. from the Browns. They've been using him basically 50-50. So Fannin Jr. is going to get even more targets now. He's going to be the only tight end out there for a couple weeks. So I know the Browns offense sucks, but it's really just Quinshon Judkins and Fannin, because Jerry Jeudy can't catch a pass to save his life. Seriously,
Ask Joe Flacco.
My wife and Browns, if you watched it and we've talked, right? My wife and daughter are both Browns fans. And so I watch the games with them sometimes. And so I just have to pat them on the head. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, geez, Pete's, man. Like
we've been there.
You want to talk about people being mad about Yoshi this week. That's Jerry Jeudy. And I'm like,
every day.
He's their number one that they traded for. And I'm like, God, this guy is bad. So, yeah, but Harold Fannin, I'd get him. They're not only Cleveland's not only throwing the ball, they're running the ball with them. He's lined up in the wildcat formation, so he's getting a lot of everything too. And Michael Mayer, Bengals fan, Michael Mayer, with Brock Bowers out, he was out for the first couple of weeks, but came back last week and had five catches on 7 targets for 50 yards and a touchdown. So another one of those offenses that's been better than the defense has made it look. So between Genty and him, there's some good offense to be had there, but Magenti isn't available. So if you need somebody, though, go get Mayer for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm surprised he needs to get out of Vegas and get somewhere there. He hasn't been as good as I thought he would, to be honest. Now, I don't know if that's a Vegas thing or if that's a Michael Mayer thing.
Well, I think that first year when he was kind of by himself, they still had Waller, right?
Yeah.
And so I think they were like, oh, he'll take over for Waller. And then he had the 1 year by himself, and then they brought in Bowers last year. So I think it's been tough for him, as far as, okay, are we go? If I don't know why they don't utilize a little bit more 2 tight end personnel.
Right.
Get them both out
that's
there.
what I would do if I were them.
You don't have the receivers, although, Trey Tucker's another, he's most likely picked up, but he's been out on the waiver wire a lot too. And I think he's top 15 in fantasy scoring this year because everyone's kind of been taking away Bowers and gearing up towards Genty. So Trey Tucker's another one, man. If you can get him, he's been solid, especially with all the bye weeks and stuff coming and all the injuries. So you're going to need fill-ins. People are going to snag some of the top targets.
There you go. Now, that's an interesting thing you just brought up with the 2 tight end set. I wonder if we'll see that more with the Bengals this week since we are losing Mike G, he's a tight end, but he doesn't really line up as a tight end. You might
flex.
You might put Noah Fant and Sample or Turner out there more, or not Turner, Hudson. I get it right. Yeah, Hudson out there more to because they're going to need another receiver out there. So that might be something interesting. And if you could leave the tight ends in there also just to block too, what might help, just to help. I don't know, just a thought I had.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have the Steelers are second in the league in sacks, so you're gonna have to. We already know what our offensive line is not good at, and we already know what they're good at. So, just as I think what we always talk about as fans, right? Especially we're like game plan.
Right.
Make sure the game plan, the script is taking all of that into account, right? Short, quick passes, screens, get them to hesitate for that second. Give Joe that extra second on the passes where he is dropping back and needing to throw on the. Have you even heard of a 2-step drop? But if you haven't, you come to Cincinnati, you have to do a 2-step drop. Like, just get it off. So
chuck it, baby.
They're like, you mean 3, 5, and 7? No, you're in Cincinnati. We got 1, 2, and 3, baby. You better get that shit out of here. So
we're doing Cincinnati 2-step, baby.
Yeah, the 2-step. That's like the old dancing pass. So no, but if the game plan, that's why I think they just. And obviously, it's easy to say that, and then shit goes sideways. But they got to try and get as much of the run game, like they were doing at the end. If they can get that just a little bit going, they should be able to,
I know Steelers defense has been playing better. I still don't believe in them, though. I think because I don't know. I just, and maybe it's just that I don't want to believe in them. I don't want to believe they're this good because I'm like, you guys are old. They got an old defense, So I'm like, I can't believe that they're still. Because they haven't been this dominant of a defense the last couple of years. They really haven't. And now the last couple of games, like, oh, it's Pittsburgh Steelers football. It's the steel curtain. We're back. I'm like, are you really? Are you really back? Or did you just play two shitty teams?
Like, yeah, you're not really. I mean, fantasy-wise, they've actually given up more fantasy points to quarterbacks than the Bengals this year, if you can believe that. So, and they're the third worst team against tight end position. So what we were talking about, if the Bengals can game plan with some screens and all that stuff and utilize Fant and Hudson and where's my boy Drew Garrison and that anytime touchdown for Drew Sample, if we can get some of that going on, then that'll help control the speed at which they're coming. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Jerry says, effing people trying to call me about work while I'm listening to Strawberry Ice.
Just turn that phone off.
Yes, put it on silent.
Like Jeremy's got better things to do.
Yeah, exactly. You listen to Ice and Bankroll here. That's what Carl kept calling you. When Carl came into town, he's like, "Where's Bankroll at?" I'm like,
Bankroll. Yeah, that's what I said.
Who the hell is Bankroll? Him. I said, "That's Rob." Like, what are you talking about?
I was like, hold up, Ice. If he wants to call me Bankroll, my name is Bank. It's like the Ghostbusters thing, right? Yeah. If somebody asks you if you're a god, you say yes.
Yes.
I said, call me whatever you want.
I am Bankroll. You can be that.
There's worse things I've been called.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, trust me. Hey, I'm on X and Facebook and everything here. I've been called a lot of stuff here lately. Some of the stuff I've been putting out there as far as my reels and everything go. So We'll see.
Whatever. They all just want to be the brawny man.
Exactly. The Ronnie Man. All right, man. On that note, what are you got any final bench cuts? Start, guys, real quick. Anything you want to leave here before I let you get out of here?
I haven't really gotten anything. I haven't finalized it. Looking at all the stats for this week on the start sit yet because I get through waiver wire first. But I'll have that out. So make sure you check out the what I call my bullish and bearish, my start sits. I'll have those out on Friday, Saturday morning at the earliest. So and I'll be in town next week for the Ring of Honor game. So
Yeah,
I'm doing. I have a couple things going on with Fantasy Bankroll, but also with Bengals on the Brain. A lot of you guys know I work with the Bengals on the Brain doing the merchandising and stuff. So I'm working with Lamar Parrish on a Ring of Honor hat. So I'll have some stuff going on with that. So keep an eye out on that. Follow me on Twitter. Give the YouTube a follow. Subscribe on there. All that stuff. Send me your roster questions, and I'll get some answers to you.
Yeah, you can get that Fantasy Bankroll, not Bankroll Fantasy. Fantasy Bankroll.
That's a totally different show. You go to Bankroll Fantasy.
That's
you might not come back, but
that's your OnlyFans is what that is.
Just flop it around.
Exactly. All right, Rob. Hey, man, I'll see you next week, brother. And who day?
Who day?
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Rob is awesome at fantasy football. Awesome, dude. Check it out. All his merchandise. He's got the Bengals on the Brain hats. And last year he came out with the CD Ring of Honor hats. I know he's got some Lamar Parrish ones coming out. So make sure you guys check that out so you can get some really cool stuff. But as always, thanks for watching. I've been live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, X, and Twitch. You can follow me on all those along Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. And also my Substack. All these are all under sports with strawberry ice. You guys, I wrote 3 articles today on my Substack, and I've had the most people look at them I've ever had in my entire life. So I appreciate you guys reading my articles and check out. Leave some comments on there, and we can talk on there. Also, I will be pulling off the saddle later on tonight, putting on the podcast. It's on BPod, Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Do me a favor, rate it, like it, review it, listen to it, leave a 5-star review, and a comment to more Cincinnati fans to find my podcast. So just tweet it out too if you want to just share it. That'd be great. Man, we got to do the sponsors right now.
All right, shout out to my sponsors. They are Priority Lawn and Landscaping for all your lawn and landscaping needs. You need your grass cut, you need shrubbery trimmed, I don't know, you need a paper patio, you need anything. I mean anything. Landscaping required. Think Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Also, shout out to T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And of course, Meyer Window, Door, and more. I got it in my house. I highly recommend you get them in yours. They're energy efficient, great looking windows, easy to clean. Meyer Window, Door, and more. The website is MeyerCincinnati.com. And also shout out to my favorite brewery, Moorline Lager House. Get on down there, get you some delicious Moorline beer, some delicious Moorline food. And tell them I sent you. Moorline Lager House. Hey guys. All right. Just want to let you know, we're still doing the pregame experience at the Moorline Lager House, brought to you by Best Day Brewery. I can't tell everybody this, so it's just between us, okay? For the next 3 games, Pittsburgh, Jets, Bears, which I think the Bengals can win all 3 of them, you can get $10 off. 10 by using pregame 10. Pre-game 10 that gets you into the all-exclusive experience. The drinks, the food, the host, everything. It's the best experience on the banks. Best Day Brewery, Moorline Lager House, pre-game 10. See you this Thursday. Let's go.
Yeah, I hope to see you guys there this Thursday. We had a great time down there. We got beer pong, we got cornhole, we got football toss. I do some Bengals trivia. We got DJ who's killing it. We just had an absolute blast. So you just show up, you can get the $10 off, you get the all-inclusive, or you can just show up down there. You can pay for your own beer and drink. We got a bar outside right there, so you guys get whatever you want and just come on and hang out and have a great time. Other than that, I think that's it. Now I'm gonna get the hell out of here. Remember, I got a show tomorrow, no show Thursday, but I will have a show Friday. So watch me tomorrow. Come down to the tailgate, root the Bengals on, and then we hope we can celebrate a victory on Friday. Remember? Sound good. All right. Remember one thing and one thing only. That is Houday for life. And as always, throw it up. That's just sports, baby. See ya!
Another great show. You guys still here? The show's over. You can come back tomorrow. I'm out of here. See ya.